Let's see. Hello, and welcome to the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, mini-series, and long-running campaigns. If it has anything to do with tabletop RPGs, we will pretty much do it all. Hi, my name is Spencer. You can usually find me at SpencerDVA on Twitter. Tonight, we're going to be playing Noir World. But before we have to introduce our wonderful, lovely cast, we have to get through just a few announcements. Our sponsor for tonight is Soul Muppet Publishing. And if you want to check out their library of games like Orbital Blues, you can follow the link posted in the chat. It also helps to support us and the content we make. So thank you. If you want to check out previous streams, we have hundreds of hours of content just waiting on our YouTube channel. And if you want to support us and our community by checking out our merch, you can find that at our website, which is lostcaravanrpg.com. Now, let us go ahead and let everyone introduce themselves and tell us who they are playing tonight. Starting with, from what I can tell on the stream layout, Sam.
That's me. Hello, my name is Sam. I go by Sammy Scribbles on Twitter, she, they pronouns. And tonight I will be playing the private investigator, Private Eye, Alice Coutier. I gotta get my accent on. Let's do this noir style. Alice is a hardened detective with a piercing gaze and a voice that curls through the smoking air of her dimly lit office. Alice has seen it all, and her gravelly voice tells tales of a life spent navigating the underbelly of the city. But beneath her tough exterior, she conceals a heart of gold and an unwavering dedication to justice. That's who I'm playing tonight.
Yeah. All right. Next up in the order, we have Cass.
Hi, guys. I am Cass, Yoda Almighty. I answer to it all. And tonight I am playing Ross Carrington. I am a socialite, and I'm just here by mistake. I didn't want to be. It's totally okay. I have a punchable face, apparently. And yes, I am going to speak like this all night.
Wonderful. Next up, Chell.
Hello. Sorry. Hello, my name is Joe. You can find me at the Space Hamster on Twitter, Frog on Discord, or wherever I go next once Twitter finally inevitably implodes. Tonight, I will be playing Wilson Greasley, the door-to-door appliance salesman from Minnesota. He's just going down to Mexico City for a conference of door-to-door appliance salesmen, don't you know?
And
It's gonna be so hard to keep a straight face.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so hard.
You could have been a normal stream.
But certainly not least, to round out our cast, Matt.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, a.k.a. Scruffy Wanderer on the tweets and the Instas. I'm also the friendly neighborhood host and GM over on the Random Rhapsody Network. But tonight, I am playing the good doctor, or just Doc. Dr. Thomas Cartwright. He is, he's a bit of a squirrely little man that just really thinks he's much more intelligent than anyone else. He is a little bit on the taller side, light salt and pepper hair, swept back away from his face, big, bristly 60s mustache, and he's always typically wearing a very stained shirt, a tie usually askew, and a lab coat, because he really doesn't have time to worry about things like, fashion or things of that nature. No, what he needs to be worrying about is his patients, his well-paying patients. because he is a disgraced doctor and must work outside of the law.
Awesome. All right, and with the cast being rounded out, let us just go ahead and hop right in. So, located delicately on the border of Texas and Mexico, the Los Modelos Motel used to be a den of sin, shady dealings, and legal gray areas. Now, however, it acts as just a place for low-level criminals to sort of just avoid the police, and since the staff doesn't check for passports, running to the Mexico side of the motel acts as a great hideout. Tonight, the Los Modelos lies vacant, but I have a very good feeling that this is going to change tonight. So, the Los Modelos Motel is this shell of its former self. You can tell at one point it used to be this extravagantly decorated from the outside area, and down the middle of the property is this solid red line that divides the motel between the sides of Texas and Mexico. As we sort of pan into one of the motel room's doors, Dr. Cartwright, which side of the motel would you be staying on as you sort of operate your own little clinic out of one of the rooms?
Well, due to the misfortunately misguided sense of law in America, Dr. Cartwright, of course, feels necessary to operate from the Mexico side of town. He finds it easier to do his work there, and there's much less questions happening on that side.
As we sort of get a view of the room, how is he set up?
Well, as the camera pans into this room, the first thing you notice is the clear plastic that has been duct taped to the walls. The curtains are pulled drawn. There's plastic on literally everything. And the doctor is stepping out from the bathroom. In one hand, a bottle. In the other, a glass. And as he walks into the room, you see that plywood has been placed onto the bed itself, a thin mattress placed over that, and another layer of plastic, which serves as the operating table for whatever the good doctor has to do. There is some much more high-tech equipment, of course. There is the electrical things and such. You need heart monitors and whatnot. But the good doctor walks over to the operating table, we say in quotes, places down both the bottle and the glass, pours a heavy amount of liquid, which he then takes a sip from, sets it down, takes out his surgical tools, and places them blade down into the glass, thus cleansing them of anything from the harsh alcohol in the glass. And he looks about and thinks to himself, he looks at his watch. Well, this is misfortunate. My next patient should be along 5-6 minutes ago. Don't they know how busy I am? How dare they be late?
You're
Fine.
knocking on your door.
He very quickly walks over to the door, but as he does so, he reaches his hand into the lab coat, feeling that familiar and safe presence before turning the handle and just bringing the door open to the edge of the chain. The chain is still firmly latched, and he looks outside.
You see a face that you probably interacted with fairly frequently here at the Los Modelos. You see the face of Boz, who is sort of the bartender. White skin, pushed back, blonde hair, very Tilda Swinton-esque in appearance.
Mhm.
And they're just like, I'm so sorry I'm late.
Yes, Boz. What has taken you so long?
Carson, you would know as the front desk worker here, said there were some new guests arriving today, so I had to wipe down the bar, and some of them apparently had very specific requests for alcohol, so I had to dig through storage trying to find that.
Yes, I've noticed your selections of alcohol. Some better than others, but hurry up. Come on in. And he closes the door enough to unlatch the chain and let the man in.
They sort of nod and come in. Since you were cleaning your operating tools, have you operated recently in here?
I think he's more just prepping for whatever the day has for him more than anything else. And so he's very fastidious about keeping the area clean and free because he's just because he's on the other side of the border doesn't mean that he's not aware of the fact that things tend to leave evidence, and he's not one to leave any sort of evidence behind. So even if there's no actual surgeries for the day, it's ready just in case, because you never know what's going to come to you.
Gotcha. And Boz will sort of just sit down. How you been so far today?
He kind of nods to the open bottle sitting there not far from Boz, and it's been middling so far, but the day is still somewhat young.
Indeed. So it's nothing tragic, my case so far. Just a massive headache at the moment.
A massive headache, you say? He walks up and, without asking for any sort of consent or anything else, he puts his fingers on the guy's throat, feeling for his pulse, while the other hand immediately goes to the forehead, feeling for a temperature.
Let's see, give me just a second here.
The doc's not a great person. We're just saying that.
Just as you put your hand up to their forehead, you don't feel a temperature, so at least rules a fever out of the equation.
Your pulse is a little thready here. When did you first notice this headache?
Happened. I don't know. I think it might have started after just a stressful shift one day.
Well, have you taken anything for it? Anything over the counter, an aspirin, something like that?
I mean, the aspirin I have taken hasn't helped, so I was hoping for maybe something a little bit harder.
I see. The doctor moves his glasses down just a little bit, and you can see, of course, from his eyes, very dark circles underneath those eyes. This is not a man who sleeps a whole lot. And then he pushes them up once again and says, I see what brings you to my door. Well, I suppose if that's your trouble, First of all, I'm going to prescribe you, and he walks over to a little bag that's near the side of the bed, lifts it up and opens it up. It's your standard brown medical bag. He opens it up and kind of rummages through that, and he pulls out one bottle, takes a pill out, takes a second pill out, passes one to the kid, and pops one himself. Take one of these. And then in about an hour, he takes another bottle from the bag, opens it up, drops a couple pills into a little plastic bag, closes it up once again, and he says, now one of these will bring you down from the high you're about to feel in about 15 minutes. Once you start seeing colors and music, once you start seeing the colors of the music, you're going to take one of these, and then 6 hours later, you're going to take a second. Now, before you do that, I suppose you have at least $3 on you?
Yes, of course, and Boz sort of reaches into a handbag at their side and hands you the money.
He takes the money and passes the bag with the 2 pills over to you as well. Now remember, once the eyes go dilated, that's when you take the first one. You take it any later and people are going to ask questions and you don't know where you got it.
Of course.
You get me, Boz?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Anything else I can do for you? Anything else you need to waste my day about?
No. I guess I gotta... And then at that moment you hear the rumblings of a car outside. And you hear Bosch just... Fuck, that must be one of the guests. I gotta go.
As soon as you start seeing music, don't forget, kid.
Yeah, I know. Pop the first one.
He opens the door.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming just enough so they can squeeze out and sort of.
Yeah. Just enough so he can squeeze out, but also enough that he can kind of glance over the kid's shoulder and see what's making the loud rumble.
On that note, let's pan to Ross Carrington. What kind of car is Ross driving as he pulls up to the motel?
Oh, let me tell you 1 second. Let me see what model year this came out in because I don't want to get it wrong. I'll be mad at myself. Ross drives a 1969 cherry red Corvette Stingray drop top.
Incredible. Is his radio on at all as he pulls up?
Yes, it is.
What is playing, my friend?
Oh, we are listening to some Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Yeah.
You just hear Boz right outside your door. Dr. Christ just like, God, this guy already seems like a dick, and walks through the front door of the motel.
Hell. I pull right up to the door.
And
Ross.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yep,
No, go ahead.
go.
You're good.
Okay. Ross gets out. He is a taller gentleman. He's broad-shouldered, lean. Got a button-up and an ascot on and his sunglasses because the Texas sun is unforgiving. And he has a fedora, takes it off and throws it in the front seat and just smiles at this young man coming to take his keys.
And you see what appears to be a very mousy-looking young man, sort of tousled brown hair, wearing this red suit that is all too big for him. Who might you be? Are you checking in today?
Hi there. I am lost. I actually am not sure exactly where I am, but you know, it's getting late. I might as well stay the night, get a drink, cool off. Texas is hot.
Texas is indeed hot, sir.
This is charming place. What's the name of this place? I didn't look.
He doesn't necessarily know how to respond at first. He's just like, this is the Los Modelos Motel.
Los Modelos. Alright. Okay. And he just like passes the keys off. Alright. Excellent. Thank you.
I'll go park the car.
What was your name, young man? I'm so sorry.
Sort of eagerly but half-heartedly sort of points to a name tag on his jacket. Name's Carson Nelson, sir.
Carson, stay out of my trunk. Thank you.
Okay. I'll go park your car and then I'll begin the process of checking you in, if that's okay.
Excellent. I'll wait right inside for you.
I am so frightened already of this man. So you go ahead and walk through the front doors of the motel. Again, much like its exterior, a shadow of its former self. You see the same red line that divided the property outside sort of continue into the carpet inside. It is a very strangely decorated motel. On the side designated as Texas, you see various accoutrements of just American patriotism. Things like the Texas flag, the American flag. And although contradictory, but it was the 1960s, so they didn't care back then, you do see a Confederate flag hanging as well. And the Mexico side is just very, very tackily decorated. Imagine most American Mexican restaurants you've probably been in. And that is how the Mexico side of the motel is decorated.
Mm-hmm. Lots of cheap sombreros, and I understand. This is charming. Right. And I'm like checking my watch.
And sort of in a very short one-person line in front of you at the check-in desk, you see Chell, if you would like to describe Wilson Grizzly a little bit more in depth.
All right. Wilson Grizzly is a medium-height man with something of a beer cut from all those years of short little salesman. He is wearing a dark coat with a white shirt and a loosely tied tie. It is a lot harder than he was planning on down here, don't you know?
And currently, there is nobody at the front desk, considering the person running it is parking your wonderful Stingray, Mr. Carrington.
I think Wilson is currently, humming the tune to Yellow Submarine that he was listening to on the radio. In the town where I was born, leave the yellow man. Wait.
DMC8! We're gonna get DMC8! Stop!
Oh, hello, friend. Are you waiting for the checkout too?
Oh, hi!
Hi.
Yes!
You look like a very smart man named Wilson Grizzly. Nice to meet ya.
Nice to meet you too, sir. My name is Ross Carrington the Fourth.
Oh, Ross Carrington. Wow, you must be up on all the latest gizmos and techno what's it, aren't
I
you?
have to admit, I do not. My parents have a person for that I utilize their services. It's nothing big.
Well, if you ever want something at a discount, I am the best appliance salesman in Minnesota, I tell you what.
In Minnesota? What are you
Minnesota.
doing down here in Texas, sir?
I'm going down to a conference for appliance salespeople in in Mexico. Don't you know? Yeah.
There's no roll for insight in this game.
I will say I'm trying to figure out how
Sus!
we'll homebrew something.
Moxie kind of works.
I'll say if you want
Wait.
to
Actually, sorry, Spencer, I do have a move.
no, you're totally good. Yeah.
So, I have a move that's called Who's the Stiff? Whenever I meet someone for the first time, I have to roll plus risk to see how they react, I believe. So whenever I meet a person I roll for the first time, roll plus risk. And my
Okay,
risk
go
is
ahead.
0. So, alright, so that's an 11. On a 2
Okay.
plus, they believe I'm just a regular person who couldn't possibly be a threat. But they go about your business while I'm standing right there, so.
Writing down, Wilson is not a threat.
I'm just a regular guy, don't you know?
Well, that's just interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't know they did conferences down in Mexico for domestic sales.
Oh, it's just a big thing, you know. They have. So, people, it's a big thing for top earners. You know how it goes. Get it all.
Okay.
That
I don't
on a
work,
magical
so
room?
this is all news
Oh.
to me.
Okay. It worked as good for the man's soul, some might say.
Interesting. All right.
As the conversation sort of comes to its end, Carson comes sort of like half running through the door. Sorry, I should get you folks checked in. We'll run to the front desk. Yes, so, I'm sorry, I think I missed your name when you came in. What's your name? Looking at Wilson.
Oh, me? Oh, it's Mr. Wilson Grizzly. Nice to meet you.
Mr. Wilson Grizzly, okay. And would you like to stay on the Texas or Mexico side of the motel tonight?
Oh, I think I'm going to be staying on the Mexico side tonight because, you know, we have one of those Confederate flags back where I'm from. It's from when we got it in the war.
Okay. See, would you prefer anything about, like, you know, would you prefer to be on the end there? Do you care which room you're in, or?
Oh, as long as there aren't any leaks and there's a good bed, old Wilson can sleep in pretty much anything.
There,
Okay.
Lee.
Oh, well, we've been trying to get them repaired, but when you have a business
I
that
do
exists
not
kind
want a room with leaks, huh?
Oh, I don't
Young
think...
man. No.
Alright, so 2 no-leak rooms. Just keep all the leak rooms for the other guests, right, Mr. Carrington?
Exactly.
Yes, so, let's see, the good doctor's in room 1. So I might just put you folks in room 3 and 4 on the Mexico side, if that's alright.
Oh, that sounds good.
Sounds
Okay.
excellent to me.
And how many nights will you find folks be staying here?
Oh, just the one for me, I think.
Oh yeah, just one. It'll be fine. On my way
All
tomorrow.
right. We'll sort of pick up 2 keys from that are hanging on the wall behind him. That, as tacky as the rooms are decorated, have an outline of the country of Mexico attached to them. And we'll hand Wilson the key for room 3 and Ross the key for room 4. Now, I hope you
Oh.
folks have a pleasant stay at the Los Modelos.
Oh yes, the Modelos. Also, see, with Mr. Ross, we won't get confused on which side of the hotel we're on. And he dangles the key, the little.
I did
Like-
notice that, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so special.
So, as you folks sort of depart with your various baggage and accoutrements to your room, we sort of slowly push from the front desk into the Los Modelos bar, where there seems to be a lone individual sitting at the bar, sort of just in her own head at the moment, as we see Alice. Sam, if you would like to describe Alice for us.
Yeah. Alice is sitting at the bar. Just a can in front of them. They're not even quite sure what they're drinking. You see wisps of smoke swirling around her face. Blonde hair done up in a tight ponytail, her clothes disheveled, a simple long trench coat despite the heat, and then doesn't even look up to acknowledge the two people that have come in.
And
Probably sits there. I do need to roll in a new location, always a complication.
ooh, okay.
So when you flirt, it's roll plus moxie. And that is a -1. So cool.
Wonderful.
So that's how I go. Alright. So I rolled a 3.
Oh, good. Let's see.
So something happens in the scene to make your life get much harder for the rest of the movie.
Oh, good. Oh, okay.
Give you a while to think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I have a hero point.
Oh, you do have a hero point.
You have so many hero
I have
points.
so many
Everybody's been
hero
giving them
points.
just to
Yeah,
you.
just to you.
Just
I
you.
don't-
Invincible.
I don't know why. Thanks, guys.
I'm-
Let me re-roll that.
Actually, I believe my rule is if you wanted to, you can just use that hero point to let it become a 10+, should you so desire.
Can I do that? Because I rolled again and it was bad still.
Yeah, of course.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Alright, so you get to
10+.
tell me one fact about the location.
Oh, fuck.
That's
the
right,
location-
improv about this motel. Yes.
The bar is very strictly on the Mexico side of the hotel.
Okay.
The label that is on the can that Alice is drinking from has been torn off, and there is no indication of what is in this can either.
Very interesting. So does that mean, is Alice also staying on the Mexico side of the motel?
Alice is staying wherever is cheapest.
Okay.
She will take a leaky room.
There is actually room 2 on the Mexico side, which is right between the fine doctor and our traveling salesman.
Wilson Grizzly.
But that's in a fair state of disrepair, so it has been given to you at a discounted rate.
Is that discounted rate free?
What? It's extremely, extremely cheap. Like, probably, I don't know what good motel prices were in 1969.
No matter what the price is, I have it on good authority that I haven't needed to pay my bill yet. No down payment. I'll pay it when I check out.
All right. And Boz looks down at your drinks, just like, do you think you'll need another drink anytime soon, or?
Is there something more with that ore?
Or are you good?
Oh, no, Chris. Sorry. Another drink, please.
Of course. What are you wanting?
What am I? Something more than piss water, but less than whatever that top bottle is up there.
Well, tequila, you got it. I'm just going to pour out maybe like a couple shots of tequila into a rocks glass and just sets it in front of you. So, you don't mind my asking, what brings a woman that is clearly not from either side of this motel to this very one?
She blows smoke in his face. Actually, yeah, I do mind you asking.
All right, never mind. None of my business. So,
It is quite a personal question. But perhaps you might be able to answer some questions for me.
and they will just pour themselves a bit of bourbon into a rocks glass, just like fire away.
How many people have checked in today?
I believe with the addition of those two fine gentlemen, it's only the only two so far today. Well, excluding yourself.
Is this normal for this fine establishment?
No, actually.
More details, dear. Is that on the no, you do not ever get more patrons? Or yes, there does seem to be more patrons than normal?
This is, at least for the past couple of years that I've been here, far more than normal.
So today is more than all right. She pulls out a little notebook and takes a couple of notes. One last question. Since you like to ask personal questions, I shall ask you one in turn, yes?
I mean, fair's fair.
And as fair, you do not have to answer, but if this establishment does not get many patrons, how do you still have a job here?
No, well,
What's keeping the lights on, dear?
management for some reason sees fit that this place should stay open, so here I stay.
Interesting. She slams back one of the shots. Well, if you do see anything interesting, if you could let me know.
Yeah, I mean, normally most folks that come here, I mean, typically not the most up and up kinds of folk. But the ones who just checked in, at least for the moment, seem right as rain so far, so
They seem right as rain.
like they don't seem like criminals. Like
And do you have much experience with criminals?
Okay, listen, lady. Now you're just getting a little bit too personal. So,
See, it does not make one comfortable now, does it?
they'll just slug back the rest of their glass of bourbon. And as that scene shall sort of fade, we kind of cut back to Wilson and Ross. If you're trying to say anything, Shell, you are muted. Or the very I can't hear
Whoops.
you.
Sorry.
There we go.
Okay, Mr. Carrington, I know you said you are someone who handles all your appliance needs. But have you seen... Ross, sorry. Wasn't it just gonna pull out like this folded up paper, like unfolded? Look at this. This is a TV model 22-inch screen. It's plugged in. It is an instant on, instant off TV model. You do not have to wait for the bulbs to warm up. I tell you what, it is beautiful. And I know money is no object for a fella like you, but you give me $100 in a check, I'll get it sent to your home.
I
Easy
hate to
peasy.
tell you this, Mr. Grizzly. I own that TV already. I have several.
Oh, wow, you are... Oofta doofta, you are quite the rich person, aren't you, Mr. Ross?
That's what people say.
And Doc, you hear for you far more noise than you've heard here in the past like several days.
Oh yeah, the doc is definitely peeking out those blinds. Just move the plastic and the blinds out of the way and peeking out, just trying to figure out what exactly all of this commotion is.
Go ahead and let's have a roll here. Go ahead and roll to check it out for me. So roll plus brains.
Absolutely.
Can I also roll to check it out? I feel like I'm looking for any reason to escape this.
I'm just having a good time with my new friend over here.
Absolutely, you may.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
That is a 10.
Ooh, okay.
That is an 11 on the dice.
Nice.
The Archie dice rolled a 6 for me. Mwah.
8 plus 2.
So what is? We'll start with the doc. What exactly are you trying to discern here?
Well, I mean, the doc's practice isn't exactly what one would call on the up and up. So anytime there's some commotion of any sort, the doc is checking it out to see, number one, does this threaten him? But number two, is this a potential client?
Oh, okay. This is a interesting question to try and answer, but with a 10 plus. From what you can tell, Wilson is, as he appears to be, a traveling salesman who is just looking for a place to stay. I guess this is a question for Cassis before I answer anything about Ross. Is Ross currently wearing those sunglasses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ross, if you had to discern which person seems like more of a threat, looking at how Ross carries himself, definitely doesn't seem, let's say, dangerous, but of the two people that you're looking at, definitely looks like the one that could hold himself in a fight more.
Sure. Okay. Well, as neither of them are law enforcement, neither of them has a big gaping wound on them, the doc...
I do have a migraine, Foreman.
That the doc can definitely discern just listening to the sound of Wilson chattering on as they go by his window. But the doc is just gonna shake his head and kind of ignore them because they're not anything he needs to worry about.
Mhm.
Have you checked out this new Kodak camera? Look, I have a beautiful picture of my dog. Look. Here, look.
I
It is
don't
a-
like dogs.
Don't worry, I have another picture of my cat. It is a very
I
good
really
cat.
don't like animals at all.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr.
So many
Gary.
unfortunate accidents in my childhood.
And I will
Okay.
say,
Aren't you special?
Cass, with your 11, what exactly are you trying to discern or look for here?
How far away is my room?
Um, it's one of the doors aren't very far apart, so there's probably about a good 5 to 10 feet between the door to your room and the door to Wilson's room. But
Is
you
mine
are
closer?
at the moment, yes.
I am hoofing it a little bit.
Alright, see you later, Mr. Garrington. I think we have a continental breakfast, so if you want to catch up in the morning, I will still be here, don't you know?
Nice to meet you, Mr. Grizzly.
Let's see. And as the two of you enter your rooms, it is just as tackily decorated here inside the motel rooms as it is in the lounge.
Oh, a free hat.
Hanging on the wall above the bed is a Mexico flag. The bed has a I can't remember the exact name of the blanket, but it's like those ones that are sort of not zigzag is the right thing, but they're usually red, blue, and yellow.
Oh, the
color.
chevron pattern almost?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is basically almost painted to look like a desert in here.
So, Ross has a travel bag with him, and he plops it on the bed, unzips it, and pulls out a hatchet, sets it on the bed, pulls out a raincoat, sets it on the bed, pulls out a little portable radio, sets it on the bed, turns on its Crosby, Stills, and Nash. He had he found a station earlier that was playing on repeat, just a whole Crosby, Stills, and Nash album, and he's just enjoying.
Can the doc hear the music from his room?
There's there's 2 rooms in between us, so
Probably not then. Okay.
Probably not.
Yeah. I will ask, Roz, how discerning are you of the places that you stay at?
I hate this fucking place.
I guess to ask a further qualifying question, would Ross look for any indications that something is off with the motel room?
Yes, I'm looking to see if the hotel room will serve my purposes or if I need to make adjustments.
Okay, go ahead and roll to check it out.
Can I use my previous roll?
Since this is for a different situation, I'll say
Okay.
roll again. Yeah.
What do I add to it? Is it just a basic
It is roll plus brains.
brains? So I got an 8.
Okay. So you get to choose one of the following in the move. What you discover is more complicated for everyone in the movie. This may lead to a new scene, but doesn't have to. You're about to get in over your head and have to do something you're going to regret. This may lead to a new scene. Someone is about to offer you a choice you're not going to like at all. A role or person can come into the current scene.
Oh, Spence. I'm gonna get in over my head. And do something I'm gonna regret.
So, trying to figure out how I want to do this. So, as you sort of start scouting out the room, so far, nothing seems out of place. But as you sort of open the door to look into the bathroom, in the reflection of the mirror, you see that, probably unfortunately for him, the front desk boy, Carson, has sort of come to see how the room is for you. And he looks and sees the hatchet on the bed, sees the raincoat, and sort of just freezes in the door.
Ooh, my dog is barking. I will pick the raincoat up. And I will shake it out because it has some creases in it from being in the bag all day. It's a nice teal glass. And I will just zip it on and go, Carson, will you close that door for me?
Oh, Mr. Carrington, I didn't see anything. I'll just...
Get inside this door right now. Or I will chase you and you will lose.
He, against probably his better judgment, fucking books it away.
Oh, hatchet in hand. Gone. Let's go.
Those of you who are currently in your rooms, hear a young man screaming for his life.
Oh no.
Yeah, what is everyone's reactions?
Well, the doc's looking out the window.
I think Wilson is going to grab the snub nose he keeps in his pocket, just in case he is mugged, and run out the door.
Okay. The two of you, as you both look out of your room in your own ways, see Carson being hunted down by one Ross Carrington. Teal raincoat on, hatchet in hand.
Did Ross take the hatchet? Or are they just chasing them with the...
I have the hatchet.
All right.
Well, I mean, there's nothing about this scenario that profits the doc in any way, shape, or form. So the doc is just going to try to remain as unobtrusive as possible while still watching.
Now, Spencer,
Yes.
ordinarily people might freeze or panic, but one of Wilson's wants is to get involved in a dangerous and exciting lifestyle.
Oh my god.
So he sees someone being chased. He's like, oh my goodness, it's just like those John McClane movies. Wait, no, it's just like those
That's
action
a
movies.
couple decades too early.
It's just like those action movies. And he's gonna pull out his pistol and start firing off.
At who?
At the man in the raincoat chasing the person with a hatchet.
That's
Jesus.
fair. I deserve that.
Like, no, I'm gonna kill the intern, make it easier for Ross.
Wait, is
Well,
it
if you
actually
fail the roll,
matter?
you might hit him anyway.
I might.
Oh yeah, true.
What
So
should
I
I
guess
roll?
in this case, you're going to roll fight it out. So you
Alright.
roll plus risk.
Oh, well, another 0.
It's going to be a very quick stream.
May I say something right quick? There is no God and there is no justice. That was a 12.
No way!
It was.
Villain point.
Wow.
Villain point.
Use a
what
villain
is-
point.
Use a
Can I
villain
use a
point.
villain point? Can I use a villain point?
I think
Actually-
actually disabled gamers.
In this case, I will use my villain point. You take aim, Wilson, thinking you're aiming perfectly at the man with the hatchet. And remind me how much damage the snub nose revolver does. I believe it's
Ooh.
2.
It
It's
does
a
2
gun
damage.
1.
No, it does 2 plus
Oh, that's
short
mine
range
does.
plus concealable.
How
Okay.
much health do I have?
Well, now here's the thing. Thinking you were about to hit Ross, you watch as Carson sort of tries to cut the other way, and you hit Carson square between a couple of ribs,
Oh jeez! Oh no!
sort of
oh,
knocking
no.
him to the ground.
Oh no! Oh no!
And he's like, oh God, no!
It's okay, Carson. It's okay. There's probably a doctor somewhere like an hour away. It'll be fine.
And you just see me come up behind and punk into his head.
It's not okay, Carson. Oh no! I'm so
Roll
sorry.
to fight
Oh,
it
no.
out.
Roll for fight it out. And you said that's
Yep.
plus risk,
Plus risk.
Who are you hatcheting in the head?
Carson.
I hope not me.
I feel like Alice was about to come out, and now she's like,
7.
continue.
7.
Okay, so with a 7, you succeed. And how much damage does your hatchet do?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't look that up.
Oh no!
It's in the book. No, hold on. It's not in the book.
Oh boy.
Let's look up an axe instead.
That's a good question.
Nope. Where are weapons?
Let's just to expedite things. We'll say it does 2 because it is a hatchet.
I feel like that's fair.
Right between the eyes.
It says you succeed, and any weapons used do half their full injury. But also either expose yourself to a counterattack you can't avoid, or expose someone else in the scene not involved in the fight to an attack they cannot avoid.
That one, please.
So you sort of just walk up and probably just stand over Carson. Would you like to kill him?
I literally just one swipe down, lodge it in his skull, bring it back up in a blood spray, and then I look at where Wilson is standing, still probably shakily pointing the gun at me,
Oh no! Oh
and
no!
I
got
just
it.
throw it, not to kill, to knock the gun out of his hand and do some damage if I can.
Would that be a roll? Because
Let's see.
It's
so
an attack you can't avoid. It's
a
a
counterattack, but also I
But
am involved.
Wilson
in the
is
fight.
involved in the fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a
Is
good.
Boz around?
No, not boss. Not Tilda Swinton. Why?
Yeah, not Boz. I need Boz. Come on.
Alice did walk out with all the commotion.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
boy.
Yeah, we
So-
can.
Yeah.
I will see. Actually, I'm here because of Alice.
I will say, Wilson, how trigger happy might you be? After just seeing someone killed in front of you.
I think the idea of being an action person in the movies was more appealing than actually firing the gun, so he is a bit shocked right now, especially since he just saw someone die. It's cowboy time. Oh god, oh god, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh no, oh no, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez.
So, I'm trying to figure, how do we expose someone to an attack they can't avoid here? I will
I'm gonna
say,
have me shoot Alice.
either I think it makes more sense
So
for Ross to just throw the axe at the first person he sees. In this case, since it's someone who has to be not involved in this fight.
Oh. Hi, Alex.
So I think again, like Alice has heard the commotion, slowly has walked away from the bar towards whatever is going on to cause this. Has not drawn her gun, but has her hand on the holster, and just literally as she rounds the corner, this axe lodges into her shoulder that was thrown by Ross to try and hit Wilson, but went wide.
yeah, we're all just missing our shots here. Except for Ross.
I didn't miss.
And the
So
doc is just at the window watching, drinking bourbon this whole time. Like, this is not his problem.
Wait.
So, Alice, there is now a hatchet very much buried in your shoulder.
Yeah.
You do take, since this is an attack you can't avoid, you are taking 2 injuries of a max of 3 you can take.
Cool. I got a doctor. Alice just cried, like, this is utter shock, and despite all of the painkillers that she's on, this still fucking hurts. And collapses down, and just blood staining her white shirt.
Whoa, hold on. Sam, hold on.
Nice.
Hold on, Sam.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Well played. Well played.
Carrington, I would have known that it would be you.
Oh, hi, Alice. Been a minute.
Right, and now I have. But,
Ross is gone. I see Alice. I throw the axe, and I am gone.
Oh,
there's a doctor, and what was it? I can't
of course, yeah. That's gonna trigger my other playbook move. If you're asking Wilson to do something,
Oh, you better do it.
yep. Alright, so another fine mess. Whenever someone influences you or persuades you to do anything, roll plus Moxie.
Ooh.
I don't know why I have to roll.
I think he's in room 4. If you could just go.
That's a 10, so I take the deal. The task, like, deal is you get a doctor, I don't die.
Does this even have to be a decision that you are trying to make right now?
I am panicking right now. I am so sorry, Miss. Okay.
Move your ass to the doctor's room before
Alright, I'm
I
sorry.
bleed to death.
I'm sorry, Miss. Move your ass. And he's going to just. Hey, it's Miss. I'm Wilson Grizzly. Is there a doctor in there? Miss, Move Your Ass told me that there was a doctor in here and she's currently bleeding to death. I think it's some kind of Swedish name. Hello, Mr. Doctor. Are you in your room?
What room are you knocking on?
Well, did Alice point towards the doctor's?
I think she said room 4.
That's my room.
Yep.
Yeah, the doc just watched him run by and start banging on the wrong door, and he's still just, sipping his whiskey like, this is still not my problem.
I do not think that there's no one in that. I don't think there's anyone in that room, Miss Person. Do you want me to try the other rooms?
Not have a single brain cell within that damn head of yours. Go knock on another door.
I am in a stressful situation, but okay.
You're in a stressful situation.
Yes. Okay, so he's gonna go to room 3.
That's
This
your
is
room.
his room.
Room 2. Oh, I forgot about that.
That,
Sorry.
which
room
is
2.
Alice's room. Response.
Is there a room 1?
Yes, there is.
So, yeah, so.
And so,
room 1.
Doc, you hear like a very panicked, like,
I guess I'm just standing right next to Alice on her door.
Very
Oh, wait.
casually, the doc is going to go walk over, open the door just a bit so that it gets to the edge of the chain. How much money do you have?
His appliance salesman instinct is going to kick it in. His foot slides into the door. Oh, I have. Geez, I have I have some money. I miss bleeding to death. He's going to be bleeding.
I only
very
asked
rude-
one question.
Yes,
I only asked you one question.
yes, I did. I know, but that was.
Can you answer it?
Oh, like $10, I
Doc,
think.
you just get your ass out here.
Hand it over.
The $10. Well, okay.
Hippocratic law and all that doesn't seem to mean anything to you.
Will you? Oh wait. I'll bill you later, miss. And he just slides the $10.
Once the $10 is in his hand and in his coat, then finally the doc very casually walks over because he knows none of them are going to bleed out in the next 5 minutes. So he's going to go ahead and just very casually walk over, grab the bag, walk back over, open the door, close it, lock it, and then make his way down. Claremont, did you really have to make this big a mess? He says as he's pulling on his gloves.
Well, doctor, if you had gotten here sooner, perhaps some of this blood would still be in my body.
How much money do you owe me, Claremont? You're lucky I'm out here at all.
That one paid you.
Paid me enough to bother my day. Let's take a look at the three of you. Which one of these three actually looks the worst?
Well, one is dead, one is shot, injured, and I just have a gun and I'm a bit shaky. If I could have some whiskey, I would appreciate that.
I'm gonna kill that one.
Which one of them actually look bad?
Alice is badly hurt, but alive.
Mm-hmm. And actually still has an axe in her.
Has Alice pulled the hatchet out of her shoulder?
No.
Okay, good.
Well, at least you're smart enough to do that. You, and he points up to Wilson.
Yes.
Clean sheets, hot water from the bar.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. And he will hurry to his room to get clean sheets, and then dump them on the doctor and Alice as he hurries past them to get to the bar.
As that's going on, the doc just says, I just said that to get them out of the way.
Yeah, you know there's not any hot water in here.
He points over to Carrington. Are you going to take us? You're
gone.
You're straight up gone?
I am gone.
Good. He points this point at you and say you, and then you're just not there. Well, that makes things so much easier. At least they're not going to try to take my head off. Claremont.
Unless they have another axe, it's right here, and so they can't take your head off.
Claremont. What have I told you about bringing your business to my doorstep? He says as he's actually taking real things out to clean this wound and pour some iodine over it, use scissors to cut open the blouse and the coat or whatever to actually see the wound and that sort of thing. How exactly did you get yourself into this one?
Is that something you actually want me to answer? Or are you just getting me to talk?
I just prefer you to keep talking so you don't pass out from blood loss. I don't actually care.
Right, then I will just make up a story then. But it does seem. Oh, I'm getting very lightheaded. We have a serial killer in our midst that I have been following for quite some time. And I promise, once I capture said individual, that I will pay you back.
At that yank, the
Hi.
hatchet comes out, and I'm going to go ahead and use my action, lay on hands, to bind this here wound.
Okay, go ahead and roll plus brains for me.
You got it.
That is so good.
Ah, damn it! It went off the table. Ooh, nice. That is a 12.
Oh, sweet. So,
10 plus 2.
the wounded roll can recover from injury with no problems when the director takes the fade to black action. So, on that note, I think that's where we're sort of fade to black from that scene. So that way, Alice can recover from her wounds a bit. And
just right on the pavement, right there. He's stitching up veins and he's making cauterizing whatever he has. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but he's a doctor and he does it very well.
Alice is like throwing back a handful of pills as he's doing it.
I'll get you some whiskey later.
And we will fade to Ross. Ross, what are you up to?
Hi. Today's not going the way I wanted it to already. Alice is here. Didn't know that was happening. I am going to go find my keys at the valet and go open my trunk.
You are easily able to find your keys. You walk back to your car. Actually, roll to check it out for me as you're walking to your car.
Check it out is plus brains. Everything's +1 for me. I don't know why I'm asking. 5 plus 2 plus 1 is 8.
8.
Oh, you're so good at math.
I'm not. I'm really not.
So, as you sort of... Ooh. Okay, yeah, so... Which of those options would you like to take for me?
What you discover makes things more complicated for everyone.
Excellent. So, you sort of look at the hood of your Stingray and realize that you think it's been opened at some point?
Someone touched my car.
And you go to open the hood, and you find that everything that would allow your engine to start, save for the engine itself, has been taken out of the car.
Oh, it's one of those hotels. All right, this is gonna be fine.
And you then realize, that the same thing has happened to everybody's car. But your trunk hasn't been messed with.
Excellent. Do I see anybody nearby? Hotel staff? Anyone?
Ooh. I hold on. Let's roll check it out again because this is a separate situation.
6. Fail.
6. Ooh. You do see somebody.
I what? I'm sorry.
You see somebody. You see an individual you don't recognize, at least from the folks you have met here today, sort of just let themselves into room 2 of the Mexico side of the motel and close the door behind them.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. I'm still getting in my trunk.
And what does Ross Carrington IV find in his trunk?
Well, my full-size axe, for one. Never travel away from home without it. And then also my 22.
You arm yourself. Where are you headed next?
Well, everybody has seen my face now. That's a problem. So I'm gonna go cut the phone lines.
And as we sort of watch Ross start to do that, Wilson, what are you up to?
Okay, well. Geez. Okay. Well, I was going to go get the hot water, but it turned out they don't have any hot water in the hotel, which, that puts a real damper on my shower plans tomorrow morning, pardon the pun. Oh, but, they do have some Cheerios, help calm my nerves. Maybe they could use something with honey in them, but just Cheerios, good for the heart, don't you know? So, stretching that Miss whatever her name never introduced herself to me properly, is all right with the doctor who also didn't introduce himself to me properly. There are a lot of rude people at this hotel. Anyway, I will be just sitting at the bar eating Cheerios, and then I remember there's a serial killer. Or there's a guy in a raincoat who murdered someone in the next, and my anxiety peaks again. I'm going to probably go out to my car to partake in the goods, as it were, because the thing a lot of people don't know about how old Wilson Grizzly is that he got fired from his door-to-door salesman, so he started dealing drugs. So I'm gonna go out to see if I have any downers in my car. Help with the nerves.
Because you are a drug runner, you can certainly do so.
All right. So go out to my car, get some prescriptions, get some of that good RX. Do you want me to? I guess I'll look around as I'm going. Do you want me to roll anything or just pop into my car?
Go ahead and roll check it out if you want.
This is a very check it out heavy. Let's go, gamers. Ooh, is that brains?
Yes, plus brains.
That's a 6, gamers.
Oh boy. Um,
I am just a little birthday boy. I'm just a little guy.
we'll say you also find that your car has been messed with. The catalytic converter taken out, carburetors, etc., etc.
Oh, well, you gotta respect the hustle.
And you see the same individual Ross spotted earlier, just as they shut the door to room 2 on the Mexico side.
Oh. Oh, that can't be good. Oh no. Oh no.
So, with the 6, you assume that's the individual who did it.
That's the individual who did the cards, that's the that's Ross.
That's
If they're far.
That's the person who took all the shit out of your car.
Okay. Wait, are my pills gone also?
No, your pills are not gone, I
Oh.
should say.
Okay.
Just
okay.
the stuff to make your car go.
We would have had a bigger problem if the pills were gone, and he's just gonna stuff that. Just stuff that. Okay. Check the chamber of his pistol. Okay. What did Papa always tell you? Aim for the center mass. Okay. Let's go see what's going on in room 2 then.
Okay. So Wilson, just one second. You go to the door for room 2 on the Mexico side of the motel. How does Wilson approach the door?
He has his 22 in hand, hammer pulled back, just walking cheerily though. As he approaches the door, he's going to just give a rap on.
There's the very pregnant pause, and you hear the sound of the individual apparently putting the chain onto the door, and then opening it to look out, and you see a man about his mid to late 40s, thin build, scraggly black facial hair, greased back black hair. A person you actually recognize, Wilson, as someone you helped run drugs for.
Oh, hey!
An individual that you have only come to know as X.
Oh.
Wilson, Jesus fuck.
Did you steal my catalytic converter, Mr. X?
Oh, well, here's the thing, Wilson. Come inside.
I don't know if I'm exact.
Come inside, Wilson.
Let's see. What does that? I think that's gonna be the move again? Let's see. I don't get this move. Yeah? Oh, you don't. Okay, sure. Yeah. I'll come inside, Mr. X. We're friendly. I've not done you wrong so far.
He takes the chain off of the door, lets you in. Now holding a double-barreled shotgun down at his side. So, clearly things at this motel have gone to hell in a handbasket very quickly.
They sure have, Mr. X. Oh, There's Mr. Carrington person. Oh, I think he's some kind of killer from up north, like probably from New York. He has a New York kind of vibe.
Oh, here's the thing, Wilson. I don't care about Mr. Carrington. I care about Alice.
Oh, is it
Alice.
the rude lady?
Oh, very rude. Here's the thing. She owes me a lot, and I mean a lot of money, Wilson.
Oh, she owes a lot of people a lot of money. She owes a doctor some money. She owes me $10 for trying to get the doctor. But okay, I'll stop talking, Mr. X. Yes.
So, you've done good by me, Wilson.
Oh, company man.
I've no reason to have any qualms with you. I just want you to do me one favor here tonight. I want you to kill Alice for me. And that is where we're going to go to our break.
Okay. Oh, oofta doofta.
Oops.
Everyone wants to kill Alice.
I need a message, LC. Sam needs more hero points.
Sam doesn't need any more hero points.
All right. And we are back. So, for those who might just be tuning in, but oh boy, you missed a doozy the first half of this game.
Right?
Hi, I'm
That's a word.
Doozy. It's me.
There is a serial killer on the loose in this motel, and our lovely traveling salesman / drug runner, Wilson, you have been asked to kill someone you just met today.
Boy, howdy.
So as X sort of has just told you this, what is your response?
You know, Mr. X, you've been good to me. What's the timeline on this? I know, like, in sales you gotta meet certain quotas, but you have like some time to get it done. Is it by night's end? Is it by week's end? Is it by the time she leaves? What's the quota? What's the deadline?
Well, let's see, since I took the liberty of making sure that nobody could leave this place by taking all those fun little gizmos out of your cars, I would like her dead by the end of the night, Mr. Grizzly.
All right, yes, and those will be replaced afterwards. I mean that it's an old car, but that 55 Firebird I've been driving, it's
Now-
reliable. I tell you what.
I trust that you can maybe at least get into that fine room with the doctor that is helping Miss Alice.
Oh yes.
I'm going to go have a nice little chat with Mr. Carrington as he loads the double-barreled shotgun that he has and sort of just snaps it shut.
All right. Spencer, if it's all right with you,
Yes.
going to go. Wilson at first is going to go outside, look at the doctor's room, then go to the bar, get like the strongest alcohol he can find. And once the bartender is not paying attention, or he's away with like a couple of cups of alcohol, he's going to take some drugs out of his pocket and just crush the pills up into the two glasses he has to take to the lovely people.
Okay. And as you sort of go back to the doctor's room, 2 glasses in hand, Mr. Carrington, you're having a fine and dandy time chopping those telephone lines. When, thin, older man, mid to late 40s, black hair, black facial hair, casually slinging a double-barreled shotgun over his shoulder. Mr. Ross Carrington IV.
Well, hello.
I gotta say, big fan of your work.
you?
I mean, those couple of corporate executives you took care of out in California, pristine work.
How can I help you?
Well, Mr. Carrington, I've come here tonight to tie up some loose ends.
Oh no, am I a loose end?
You won't be if you do what I say.
Sure.
So, I have, that fine traveling salesman you talked to, on his way to try and take care of the doctor and the absolutely just lovely, polite French woman that is in his room.
Mm-hmm. And how
And
can I assist?
what I would like you to do, depending on whether or not Mr. Grizzly is successful at dispatching the two individuals in that room, is possibly clean up should things go awry.
Hmm. 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 I'm looking at my. I would like to roll swine before pearls. When
Okay,
you feel your
so-
wealth and status aren't being appreciated, roll plus brains.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll plus brains. That's either very good or very bad. What did you get?
A 6 and a 4 on the dice plus 1.
Oh.
11.
So, ooh. Okay.
On a 10
Remind-
plus.
Yeah. So, what is Mr. Carrington's goal?
Oh, see, this is just some simple drug runner I don't give a crap about. So what's gonna happen here is that I'm going to shoot him unless he cleans his own mess up.
Well, and I guess we have a show we have to go watch now, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, well, room 1 of Mexico, right?
Room 1 in Mexico. And I've got my 22 just leveled at him.
At Wilson.
No, at X.
Mr. Carrington, I don't think you understand how this works.
Enlighten me.
Well, you see, holds the double-barreled shotgun pointing it at you. I think we should come to some sort of mutual understanding because, like I said, I do appreciate your work. So why don't we both point our guns at Mr. Grizzly over here in case he fucks up? We can dispose of him so we can take care of this whole mess ourselves.
I suppose.
Alright. And he'll sort of, I guess, lead over to just outside of room 1, Wilson.
I was muted. Hello,
Woo!
Mr. Doctor. Is the patient doing well in there? Hello, Mr. Doctor.
From the other side of the door, by this point, I imagine Claremont is on the table, sutured up, shirt ripped open for the wound, but it is what it is. And the doc is pouring himself yet another bourbon when he hears these calls coming out from the other side of the door. he'll glance over at Claremont. Is this a you problem or a me problem?
This is something that will be a both of our problem if you let him in here. He is
I have
An
some
idiot?
alcohol.
getting on my nerves.
He kind of looks up at the slightly full glass there that he's holding, and this is more than I wanted at my door, Claremont. You owe me enough money as it is for those pills you're popping. And yet, here you are, sitting a little more naked than I've seen you before, but that's fine. But what are we going to do about this? There's an idiot with a hatchet running around. And he picks up the phone that he's been kind of leaning next to, and he says, I don't know if you've noticed this, but no ringy-dingy.
Well,
So
I've
no
not been
backup.
able to notice quite a bit since you have been suturing my shoulder. So, I told you, if I get rid of Carrington, our axe murderer, I will have your money.
This is a promise I've heard before.
Well, this one is
Fine.
much more concrete than before. No?
Fine, Claremont.
Hey,
I'm going to go wash my hands.
I think you're gonna hear another knock. Hey, Mr. Doctor, I know that not everyone loves the charming Minnesota accent, and my mannerisms. I know Southerners can be quite kind of short-tempered with old folksy way of northing, but I just want to talk it out with you. Just get inside. Maybe I can help you somehow. I am a very good appliance salesman, among other facets of my personality, if you catch my drift. And I'm gonna try to roll talk it out. If that's good with y'all.
I am down if other folks involved in the scene are.
So how do we resolve that? Like, are we doing a rollie here?
That's a fantastic question.
It's a basic move. So when you attempt to converse with someone else or try to persuade them to do something or agree with you, roll plus Moxie. On a 10+, the person you're speaking to agrees with you. For now, they may even help you if they want. On a 7 to 9, you can only get what you want if their choice. You make a promise that you're not sure you can keep, or the other person will betray at a critical moment. On a 6-, your efforts backfire and the role or person gains something they may immediately use against you.
This is where it gets weird, because Noir World doesn't have the rules for this.
I mean,
I guess how... Because you're speaking to the dog.
I am speaking to the
Awesome.
doctor. He can choose not
Yes.
to help me if he wishes. But this is
Yeah.
just like, see if he'll agree with me. Just try to get some reason for them to let me in instead of me just like trying to kick down the door.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so here's where I'm trying to figure this out. Because you got the doctor on the other side of the door who just watched this idiot shoot at somebody, which inevitably got a lot of more people hit. He had to drag one of them up to stitch up while there's another body just lying in the middle of the blacktop. So would a carpet salesman be able to convince the doctors? I'm willing to go with it. I think let's the two of us roll. Let's just roll.
It says to roll plus Moxie, so
So I'll
My
say
moxie's shit, so you got a pretty good chance here.
I'm sorry. It's just like, never mind.
I don't know.
I think that's 11 on the die.
You beat
Oh,
my
not
4.
11 on the die. 11 plus 2. 9 plus
Yeah.
2. 11.
Yeah, you beat my 4. I rolled a 6 minus 2. So
Alright.
Claremont, he seems pretty convincing he wants to help. Let's let him in.
You're suddenly okay with letting him in. Do you have a shirt? I didn't really want to be on display for all. For you, it is okay.
You say as he's unlatching the door.
Oh, I have a coat. Don't worry. I do not want to see any ladies inappropriate if they don't want me to see them inappropriate. If you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean, dear.
Oh, I respect people's boundaries and privacies, miss. Goes in his pocket to take off his coat. All right. And you're letting him in?
I feel like you two have some things to talk out. I'm going to wash my hands. He goes
Hello,
into the
miss.
bathroom.
Now,
there's like a quick cut back to Ross and X, and it's like, oh, he actually got into the room. Let's see if he fucks this up.
hee hee.
Really, he is a lot more capable than I believe you have faith in. He did almost shoot me, which was impressive.
And back to the room.
And Wilson, taking off his coat, will offer it to Alice. Now, miss, do you want to cover up before we talk, before I sit down?
I will graciously accept your coat if that is okay.
All right, he gives it to you. And he is going to make sure, once again, the latch on the door is locked. The little room.
Yeah.
So,
Winces as she's putting the coat. Not her arms aren't going through the armholes, but just over her shoulders. I do not believe that we properly introduced ourselves. It was a little difficult in the time, no?
oh yes, I'm sorry. I must not have made a great first impression with you. The name's Wilson Grizzly. It's nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well. I am Alice Claremont.
Oh, Alice, that's such a nice name. Is it French?
You are good with your accents. Yes, it is French. I originally am from France.
Oh,
Paris.
what?
Yes.
And would you like me to roll? I do have the who's the stiff move when you meet a person or roll for the first time. Would this count, or just because we haven't been properly introduced?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you two have really talked before this interaction.
All right. So I'm going to roll 2d6 plus risk. All right, 6. On a 6 minus, they mistake you for someone they're afraid of. They'll change your plans because of you, or they'll fight you. Their choice.
Oh my god.
So I guess you think I look like someone dangerous.
Does Alice just shoot you?
Perfect. So, once again, Alice has just undergone stitching, and the good doctor, Alice is not able to pay for any sort of pain remedies besides the pills that she is already on. As she puts on Wilson's coat, I think she smells something on it. Perhaps the drugs that he's been running. Something that within her line of work she recognizes as this man is not as straight-laced as she thinks, as he is trying to appear. And she'll If you just give me one moment, I need to go through my things, if that is okay, to try to find something more covering so that
Of
you can have
course.
your coat back. I don't want to get any blood on it, no?
Of course. Well, here's some alcohol if you need it. I know you just went through a rather trying ordeal, and I don't know if $10 buys you many pain meds down in Mexico, don't you know?
$10 can actually buy you a lot of pain
Oh,
meds down in Mexico, if you didn't know.
might have
don't-
to try getting some and selling them in more expensive markets. Or door store salesman humor.
Cute. She will reach over, rummage through her things, and when she sits back up, she has her revolver in her hand,
All right, let's go, gamers.
and she will fire at Wilson.
Okay, roll to fight it out. Roll plus risk.
Perfect. All right, my risk is. Oh my god. Is there like. Okay, hold on, I gotta take a picture. Is there a rule for double sixes?
There is not, unfortunately.
Ah, okay.
Still, it's a 12.
Still a
So-
12. It's very good.
13.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
Jeez.
so on a 10 plus, you succeed, and any weapon you're using does its full injury.
Oh, jeez.
Which is that I assume
It's
two?
a 2, yeah.
Thank God.
So Wilson, you take 2 injuries.
Oh, and here I score. Oh, I was going to try to be subtle, but okay. He pulls out his snub nose.
Oh
And he's
my
gonna
god!
fire back at her. Nothing.
Roll
He's
plus
gonna
risk.
poison her, or maybe even talk it out. Who knows?
Oh my
Okay,
god.
that's an
Five.
11.
All right.
All right.
So you
I have a
pull out your-
question real quick.
yes.
So the private eye has something called Fuego, and if you find yourself in a losing situation,
Hold on, let me,
I can tell the director how I narrowly escape if I succeed.
let me
on
look at the
this.
private eye. Let's see. Well, you only get 2 roll actions in terms of, and you've used always a complication, and
Oh,
one
I
you
only get
secretly
2.
DM'd me about.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, I thought I always
Yeah.
had them.
Yeah, you only get 2 of your roll actions.
I'm so silly.
So,
Can
Dr. Cartwright,
Yeah.
you hear in very close proximity to the point where will most likely hurt your ears because closed room, 2 gunshots ring out, and Alice, you do not have to roll curtains yet. It is when you exceed 3 injuries.
Do you have a hero point?
Hee hee.
But both Ross and X hear those muffled gunshots from outside, and X just turns to you and is like, okay, he's fucked this up. Let's just.
Well, you may have a point. Let's go see.
Okay, Miss Claremont, I do not appreciate getting shot by you, and I do recognize that I also shot you. He's still holding up the snub nose at you. There are some dangerous men, and I was going to try to kill you quietly, but I don't know if that's going to be, oh, I am not good at talking when I'm shot. Oh, no.
Well, maybe
I'll
you
kick the
should.
door open, please.
Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh,
Which I was. You just hear splintering wood and metal, because this place is in poor upkeep. As one Ross Carrington kicks in the door, and Alice, I'm paying you owe a lot of money to.
Can I have a moment to say something to Wilson?
Oh, absolutely.
Doc is in the bathroom. Get your ass out here.
What makes you think the doc isn't crawling out the window in the back right
I
now?
love it so much.
If Doc is still there.
I'm just waiting for my turn.
Yes. Brief 2 seconds. Alice will be like, "You will either die here, or you will die from them."
Could you repeat that? Okay.
You will either die here or you will die from them.
Well,
Door busts
If-
open.
all right. Door bus open. Who's going next?
I step out of the way for X and his shotgun.
Oh, shit.
So X walks into the room and is like, "Oh, Alice, Alice, Alice! You've gotten yourself into a right fuck situation, haven't you?"
I appear to indeed have.
Oh, is the good doctor in?
I don't know why you would think that the good doctor is here. Clearly, this is my room.
Judging by the plastic medical instruments and the fact that the bed looks more like an operating table, I know that's bullshit, sweetheart. Dr. Cartwright?
You hear from the back of the room, "Is that X I'm hearing back there?"
Oh, everyone knows everyone. It's just one big reunion.
Yes, sir, doctor. If you could just come back into the room with us, please.
Now, why exactly should I do that?
Because a serial killer and a man with a double-barreled shotgun are standing in your doorway and will come after you.
That's less of a persuasion to get me to come out here than you might think, he says as he's slowly opening that window to the outside that's in the back
all of our
bathroom.
cars are kind of kaput.
Mr. Carrington, would you go grab the good doctor for me?
I'm not stepping foot in that room. You first.
And he'll sort of send him, "No, I can trust you two dipshits to not try and shoot me while I go get the good doctor, right?"
Oh, Mr. X, have I ever lied to you? Have I ever done you wrong?
No, I haven't. And Alice, you look like you're in too poor of a shape for that to happen.
True, but I am very surprised that Carrington is working for someone.
I'm
Oh,
not
no,
working
he-
for anyone.
Oh no, trust me, he is not working for me at all. I don't think mutual partnership is really the right terminology in this case, but it is the closest one I can think of.
You hear a voice. Go ahead.
No, go doc.
You hear that voice from the doctor in the other room. It sounds to me like everyone here can just sit down and have a bit of a conversation. X, really? Speaking my name out right now? These other two idiots, who cares? Claremont, you owe me a lot of money.
Oh,
A
trust
lot.
me, that woman owes me a lot of money too. That is why I am here.
Also, she owes me $10.
Again, why does this have anything to do with me, X?
Because, doctor, is he still like trying to climb out of the window in the back?
As the camera pans to that, the window is open, but the doctor now has his back against the opposite wall of it. His hand is in his coat, holding on to that trusty sidearm of his, and he has two options in this moment. There's a lot of idiots who want to kill each other.
Mm.
He's
sorry,
sorry, I paused a little long. His
No, you're good.
motivation is two things: money and himself. So right now, like, he's doing the math in his head, trying to calculate what's the best way for him to survive this encounter, and he's at least attempting in this moment to talk it out.
Okay. Go ahead and roll plus Moxie for me.
Yeah, this is going to
While-
be great.
While he's doing that, can I roll life of the party?
Let's see. Let's see. How many?
Whenever I'm at a big gathering of people, I roll plus risk to try and get people to pay attention to me.
I should add, because what you've used both Swine Before Pearls and Privilege unchecked, I believe.
Yes.
You do. The character sheets are a little weird. You do only get 2 of those roll actions.
Oh, I did not clock that. That is fine.
No,
Either.
Okay.
that's on the format of the character sheets because it's a very small, in parentheses, +2 by the roll action.
I do see that. Yes.
Okay.
So I do not blame you.
So, here's what I'm trying to do here. I'm rolling that Talk It Out, which is Moxie, so I have a -2.
Mm-hmm.
What I rolled was
Okay.
an 8.
-2.
Okay.
-2, but what I would like to use is my other action. Basically, run. In any scene where you're pretending to know less than you do, and the good doctor is kind of pretending in this moment to be a little dumb, he gets to add a +1 to any roll in that scene.
Okay, so that will bump you up to a 7.
It would bump me up to just a 7.
Okay, so you can only get what you want if you make a promise you're not sure you can keep, or the other person will betray at a critical moment.
Mm-hmm.
And X is just... So what are you wanting, good doctor?
Well, I see a lot of people who are really just wanting to deal with someone who owes me a lot of money, and all I really want to do is what I do best and make a lot of money doing it. So I'm good. I didn't see anybody here. I actually had breakfast down at the cafe, and other than that, my day was very, very normal. So how about I just go?
See, and X is going to sort of not be directly in front of you, but will sort of peek his head into the back room. Now, Doctor, I do like the premise of that, but one thing I would like you to promise me. And he'll sort of... Is the doc sort of like standing back against the wall? Or...
Yeah, his hand's in there. He's holding on to that. His back's there. He just looks over to see that head pop out. There's that moment.
So here's the thing, Doc. I know a lot more about you than you think. I know, and will sort of lower his voice to a whisper. I know that you have the effort to want to just play God so bad. You got a woman dying in there whose life you could just take right now. So if you promise to kill her for me, I'll consider it.
Hey, Spencer.
Yes.
While this scene is going on, it's fair to assume that X's attention is on the doctor. He's talking to the doctor.
Yes.
I'm gonna look to Alice. I'm gonna look to Ross.
I'm
And-
not in the room. You can't see me. I'm standing outside.
Alright. I was trying to think how could I think, because part of Wilson's story is that the company he was acting as a salesman under got bought out, so he's well versed in corporate takeovers. So he's wondering how, if he betrayed X, hopefully giving Alice a chance to shoot X also, because he's very dangerous. how willing would Ross Carrington be to diversify his portfolio of crime? Because I'm a salesman first and foremost. I don't care who the boss is, as long as I get paid, you know?
Portfolio. Oh, sorry, that got me. Well, I'm outside, so what are you going to do to talk to me? Considering I threw a hatchet at you earlier.
You did do it to me, but you missed. Also, I helped you kill someone inadvertently.
It's true.
He is going to stand up from his chair and start walking towards Ross. Oh, hey, hello, Mr. Carrington. How are you doing today?
Wait, is X still in the door or is X in the room? Where is X? I need...
X is in the room.
Okay, so I'm just outside the door, kind of like out of sight, leaning against the door frame, listening. Hi there, Wilson. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing a bit shut up, I tell you what. I wasn't expecting it to go like this. He's gonna just pull out some barbiturates from his pants pocket to show you the bottle. Have you ever thought about expanding? I know you have someone for your appliances, but you have someone for, other businesses to help your revenue stream.
Interesting. Well, now. That is not an offer I expected to get today.
He'll nod his head back towards X. I am a working class man, and I am far below you, Mr. Carrington. Let me tell you that. I do not have the social graces of you. Oh, don't you know?
Keep talking.
I think you would be an excellent employer, but there's not a power vacuum at the head of my company currently. So if we attempted a forceful takeover, so to speak.
Interesting.
You get X's money, you get your car parts back, you get all my
He
cut of my money.
did damage my car.
He did. You don't touch someone's car. It's their baby.
While this conversation is happening, could I have one or both of you roll a check it out for me?
Please, Ross, you have better brains than I do.
11.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
The Archie dice has not betrayed me at all.
Hell yeah.
That thing has rolled so many sixes.
As long as Archie lives.
As long as Archie lives, oh my god.
Mr.
Justice for
Carrington,
Archie.
as you're sort of listening to what this fine Minnesotan has to say, you see, almost in a hurry, an unmarked black Chevrolet Chevelle sort of rush into the hotel, and you see a sort of pluck out of the police academy, although not dressed as a cop at the moment. Probably like a young, about 22-year-old man. Clean shaven, sort of very, almost too slick back, brown hair. And he gets out of the car and he's just like, Alice!
Oh my god, Dalton, no!
Alice, it's Dalton. Hey, have either of you two, I'm sure, fine gentlemen. Holy shit, you've been shot.
And I'm holding an axe and a gun.
Don't worry, he didn't shoot me. It was someone else.
Sir, why are you holding both an axe and a gun?
Oh, this part of Mexico's dangerous,
we've
don't you
had
know?
a terrible night, son.
Oh, it's not raining. Why do you have the,
I'm shooting him.
Wilson's looking to Alice. What's the vibe, Alice?
Is that a fight it out roll, Spencer?
Yeah.
Can Alice hear Dalton out there? could she have shouted out there just like Dalton, shoot them?
Oh, hold on now.
So I
As
rolled
Ross
a 5
pulls
and a
his
1
gun.
on dice. Plus
Okay.
1 makes it a
Dalton,
7.
run!
Makes it a
So
7.
You
Okay,
kill him,
so
a sweet
with a
boy.
7, you succeed, and any weapons used do half their full injury, rounded up. Your pistol does 2, correct?
So it'll only do 1.
So only do 1 in this circumstance. But I'm going to say that you're also exposed yourself to a counterattack that you can't avoid.
Yeah.
You sort of pull out your gun, and the bullet basically goes through the edge of his arm as he sort of at the same time pulls out his service revolver and just hits you center of mass. And Ross, you will take 2 injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Does that get Ross out of the doorway?
I'm not in the doorway, technically.
not-
I'm leaning
alright, so I
against the
can-
door frame. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna. Will I be able to slip by you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not blocking the door at
Alright.
all.
Hello, Officer
No.
Dalton. Hello. Oh, there's been such a big misunderstanding.
Get down on the fucking ground.
Okay, look. There's 2 very dangerous men in there. One's a shady doctor, and the other's possibly a drug dealer. I do not know. And he will just step away from the room and get down on the ground, still holding his up, putting the.
That goes for you too. Come on.
Decision, Spencer. I'm gonna kill this boy.
He's so
Have
gonna
we
kill-
all heard the gunshots from inside?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
bum
feel
rush
like
him with the axe.
Oh sweet Jesus. Roll to fight it out.
about the same time that was going off. The doc was asking X. Well, fine. I'll do your dirty work, but I can't deal with that with this right here. Let me have that shotgun, and I'll take care of Alice.
Ooh. Okay. So you rolled how much?
An 8.
An 8.
How
Okay.
much? What did we decide? I mean, what did we decide an axe does? Same as a hatchet, so I guess 2, which would be another
Well,
1.
Let me see. I would argue in this because hatchet smaller, axe bigger. That an axe would do 3 in this circumstance. Let's see. So it deals what, half rounded up?
2, which puts him
2.
at 3.
Okay, but also exposes yourself to a counterattack you cannot avoid.
That's fine.
So you run towards Dalton and bury the axe into his shoulder, and you can.
Can I bury it into his gun shoulder?
You certainly can. How much good that'll do you, I'm not sure. But you feel sort of like the bone crack under the force of the blow as he is barely able to sort of just lift his gun arm up, and you feel another bullet just enter your side. Ross Carrington, would you like to roll curtains for me?
Sure. What do
So
I
it's
roll
just
for
a-
that?
So it is just a flat 2d6 in this circumstance.
What do I gotta beat?
What did you roll?
An 8.
Okay, so I believe, let me double check the curtains move here really quick. Because I believe you just die in this circumstance.
What do we wait? What do you gotta do? What do you need to survive?
You need a 10 plus to survive.
Really?
Well,
And you don't
actually,
add
no,
anything
10
to it.
Let me double check just to.
Let's see.
So, oh, I see. So basically, on a 9 or below, you're dead right then and there. On a 10 plus, you aren't dead yet, but things aren't looking good. You're fighting to stay alive, so do one last thing in this scene. Say something, do something, make it count, and then you're dead.
Well, I rolled an 8, so I'm dead.
So you hear those who are in the motel room hear a very pained scream and then another gunshot.
And just
And oh god. Wilson,
Nope,
you
is it
see Ross drop to the ground laughing for a bit and then fully dying.
Well, okay. Is the officer distracted by killing the person? Because I know that you have training, but also when someone buries a hatchet in your shoulder and then you shoot them to death. Which one's your focus?
I think currently his adrenaline is sort of just pumping. So at the moment, he's somewhat ignoring the pain, but he still points the gun at you.
I'm a law-abiding Minnesotan, I tell you what.
You don't seem like it, mister, with all due respect.
Oh. Look.
As we cut back to the room, what is everyone inside the room doing? So that will be Alice and the doc.
Sorry.
If you're,
The
you're good.
moment I heard a gunshot, I would have tried to reach up, grab the shotgun, push it to the side, and pull out my own gun to fire. Because at Mr. X, because he had a gun, he had a shotgun. I was asking him for it, but then a bunch of gunshots just went off. So
fair enough. Roll to fight it out.
yeah, absolutely. God, this is so stupid. But at least I get a +1 for it. Oh fuck! 10 + 1. Yes, 11.
Nice.
Holy
Beautiful.
shit!
So how much damage does that pistol do?
That does. It's actually not a lot. Plus, it's a gun 1 plus short range plus concealable, whatever the hell that means.
Okay, so you said 1 injury, correct?
Yeah, 1 injury, and I'm grabbing that shotgun and like pushing it against the wall. Because like I was leaning up against the wall, he came out and pointed at me. I grabbed it and pushed it against the wall while at the same time shooting. So I imagine I like clipped him on the shoulder or something like that because it's only a 1 damage.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to spend one of my 2 villain points here. I'm going to give you that you have the shotgun pinned against the wall.
Okay.
But you see him as you have his one arm with the shotgun pinned to the wall. He reaches into a strap at his side, pulling out a very mean, sharp-looking knife, and just plunges it into your stomach.
Ah!
You will be taking an injury in return.
Fair.
Oh, wrong move, Doc.
Claremont! If we live, I'll bet what's the word I'm looking for? All debts are paid.
So while the doc and X have been fighting, Alice has pulled out her own gun. And is she able to shoot X in the back?
Yeah, go ahead and roll plus risk for me for fight it out.
Perfect. All right, and click the dice. 4, 9, 10.
Okay, so you succeed, and any weapon you're using does its full injury.
Perfect. So it's 2 loud and concealable.
Okay. Yeah, he ain't looking too great. as you pull out your gun and shoot him, basically square between the shoulder blades in his back.
So
You hear him scream out.
Is that enough for me to retch the shotgun away?
I'm gonna say, roll another fight it out for me.
can I give the doc one of my hero points so he can?
I
Or
will
for a
say,
reroll?
you could do the help out action.
Oh.
I'm just gonna say I rolled a 4.
All right. How do I help him?
I will be above table. You
Help
cannot
out
help
is-
him in this circumstance because all you could do is give him a +1, which would bring him to a 5.
Okay,
That's
I'm
fair.
going to expend all 4 of my hero points
2.
to shoot this guy again.
I will allow it in this circumstance.
Okay.
Ross living his best afterlife.
So a 7.
Okay. A 7. So this is fight it out. So you succeed. And any weapons used to do their half their full injury. So it deals 1 rounded up, correct?
Right? Well, it does 2, so
Well, I mean, oh yeah, so half
so
is
it's 1. Yeah.
So
Ketchup does not work well for fake blood, just so you know.
he got an 11 for curtains. So he does get 1 action before he dies. As you shoot him again, he turns around and is just going to like, oh, there's a train. Hello.
He's like, oh, my God, a train.
Okay, that's his
going to just
action. Haha.
sort of is going to limp over to you, and with what last strength he has, is going to plunge the knife into you.
You better fail this roll.
So I'll have to roll. So what is his risk
We'll
actually?
get her a hero point quick.
Okay, so he'll have a +2 to risk. So it is a very sharp knife, which means that, but he rolled a 9. So you do take 1 damage, which means I do need you to roll curtains for me since you are above 3 injuries now.
Well, I just gave some hero points, so here's a hero point for that roll.
I will say it will give her like a couple actions. She will still die, but she gets to do a little tiny bit more.
Unless
That's
I
fine.
roll really well, right? No, I just do extra actions.
Yeah.
Alright, and it's plus risk.
Yes. Well, actually, no. The curtains is just a straight 2d6 roll.
Alright, 10.
10. All right.
4 and a 6.
So, with your last efforts here, Alice, what would you like to do? You have a couple actions.
So X is already dying, correct?
X is now dead.
Wilson.
Take Wilson out.
Whoa, okay.
Not just so Alice knows that she is done. Like, this is over for her. So she will just sort of like let the gun fall from her hand with a loud clatter look at Doc for a second, just sort of give a shrug of her shoulders, and then call for Dalton. Dalton.
Yeah, Alice?
Right. Fuck. Now don't get all teary-eyed on me now, dear. Right? She is going to very struggle to take out something and is going to hand over what looks like a folded bit of leather to Dalton. Do better than I did.
I can only promise I'll do my best.
Do your best and then do better.
Do you have one other thing you would like to do? Because I'm considering that one.
The next thing that she's gonna do is die.
And Alice will
Slumps over. But if Dalton opens up the leather case, it's her old detective badge.
Aww. And Dalton sort of will gently let Alice's body fall to the floor and will go out and look to Wilson.
The thing is, I'm wondering. I'm torn between Wilson staying there because he knows his car's still fucked, and if he runs, that makes the cop more likely to shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
But also, he's hearing the cop's presumably girlfriend die inside the room.
This is my protege.
Oh.
Okay, this is my
Look.
young student.
Oh,
You don't know that.
I'm sorry.
Is that what
Don't
we're
know
calling it
that.
these days? Like,
I guess that's
I mean,
what she
it was the
detective
60s.
force. There were some conflicts of interest.
We don't kink shame here.
Power dynamics are not. Well, I guess power dynamics could be a kink. Anyway,
Wait, okay.
Do you mind if I roll something to determine whether he leaves while Alice is dying?
Absolutely. Please.
All right. I'm gonna say. That is an 11. So I think while she's giving her quiet little monologue, he's going to just slowly get up, go back inside his room, lock the door, sit down, and try to address his wounds.
But with an 11, I'll allow that.
Yes.
And he sort of sees that Wilson is gone. We'll go back into the room. What are you doing, Doc, after this whole shebang?
So, the doctor is he's picked up the shotgun, walked into the room, glances at Alice, glances at X, looks over at the cop, shoulders the weapon, and says, "Well, kid, it's just bad times at the Los Modelos."
Go ahead and we'll fight it out. Damn it! Damn it!
That's a 9 plus 1.
He's not going to be better because he's going to be in the ground.
no more protege.
So you just watch as this young cop, because gets a hole blown through his chest and almost sort of looks down in his chest in that weird way of like shock, and then just drops to his knees and falls over.
And then you just watch as the doctor, he's bleeding profusely, but it's not the worst wound he's ever sustained. He kind of puts a hand to it, turns to the door of his hotel room, closes it, locks it, and then just turns and very casually picks up his bag before walking away. Just another day at the Los Modelos.
As we sort of pull back from the chaos that has ensued over these past, I mean, realistically, all of this was probably about an hour.
Yeah.
We sort of pan, we see these credits roll on this film, and we come to a small post-credits scene. I'm going to expend my last villain point at the end of this.
Oh.
We pan to the dead body of one Ross Carrington. And we have that like almost too long shot of like, he's definitely dead. Right? And then it cuts to like a shot of what would be in front of his body. And you see Ross Carrington sort of shoot up with a start. And oh yeah, what do you say, Mr. Carrington? And that seems like a very apt place to end this one shot, even though it's a little early. But folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thank you to this amazing cast. If you like what we do, you can join our Discord at the button in the description. It's where we post stuff like our monthly casting calls, schedules, and where we generally just hang out and be giant nerds. And we love to hang out with you sometime and have you come roll some dice with us. And once more, I'd like to go around and give everyone a chance to tell people who you are and where they can find you. So, let us go ahead and start this round. Let's go ahead and reverse order here with Matt.
Okay. Hey, now I can see again. Yay. Howdy, everybody. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, a.k.a. the Scruffy Wanderer, or just Scruffy Wanderer on the tweets and the instas. And I didn't die, and that's all that matters. You can find me every other time I'm streaming over on Random Rhapsody, where I'm the host and GM of that network. We've got 5th edition, we've got Magi Nights, and we're about to start some Pathfinder here pretty soon. So come stop by and say hi. That's Random Rhapsody over on YouTube.com. Come say hi.
Alrighty. Next in our order, Chell. Where can we find you? Who'd you play? Etc. etc.
Hello, everyone. I am Chell. I am the sunglasses champion of this evening. And I just want to make sure Ross knows the deal is still on the table. If you want to find me elsewhere, check me out on Twitter, the Space Hamster, or you can hear more of my wonderful voice every other Wednesday on the Dice Fiends, or every other Monday on our interstitial podcast set in the Magic Multiverse, our Sparks Ignited. We're starting up a 4-part mess game on Dice Fiends next Wednesday, so I hope y'all come and check it out.
Alrighty. Next, Cass.
Hi, I am Cassidy, Yoda Almighty. I hang around the Discord here, over at Singularity. I lurk other places. You can find me. Yeah, no, I don't exist anywhere else, so don't find me.
Oh,
I subbed in tonight, and actually I am free in July to just watch my friends do cool stuff until the 29th, when I'm going to be on Singularity for King's Gambit, which is our spy game. And then I will be back here on August 2nd with the polycule forming of Sam and Shell as we do finish up our one shot of For the Honor, the She-Ra game, which ended with Sam's character in a bad place, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix it. And then I will be back on Singularity on August 5th for Speakeasy Conspiracy, which is our 1923 set in New Orleans Call of Cthulhu game where I am seducing a snake god. Come
Hell yeah.
watch.
all right. And last but almost certainly not the least, Sam, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hello, I am Sam. I go by Sammy Scribbles on Twitter. That is basically where you can find me. Chatting about various indie TTRPGs. But other than that, streaming wise, I am here on the Lost Caravan RPG with all these lovely and wonderful people. I just wanted to say I'm sorry, Elsie, that I died and that Cass lived. Next time. But perhaps I'll just have to kill Archie.
No.
Yes. Villain arcs for Tourmaline and Roz.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty cool if we had our villain arcs.
Oh my gosh. But next time you can catch me is actually on Thursday on this channel again, playing some Delta Green. When you play a one-shot, you play hard. Your character should not survive. So I play hard and chaotic usually. But yeah, just follow me on Twitter and you'll know what I'm doing if I decide to say it or not.
And I have been Spencer, your director for this evening's one shot. You can find me at SpencerDV on Twitter, etc. I will also be back here again on Lost Caravan on Thursday, playing in some Delta Green with Sam, being GM by the absolutely lovely Doc Rimbo.
Doc Rimbo!
Doc!
Yeah, this has been a very busy and very fun week for me, TTRPG-wise, and I haven't streamed in a really hot minute, so it's kind of nice to do stuff like that again. And now finally, we're going to be rating Singularity Roleplay as we wrap up this evening. So go ahead and head over there, give them some love. And for those of you who are watching, we're glad you stuck with us. Stay safe, don't get murdered. Hey.
And the doctor is out.
Oh!